This is a director spotlight on Nicholas Pesce. Also reviews of his 3 movies, The Eyes of My Mother, Piercing, and The Grudge. I wanted to do a director spotlight on Nicholas Pesce after seeing The Grudge in theaters with a friend recently. I was so baffled by the movie that I knew there had to be more to the director than what met the eyes or what met my eyes in the movie. So I want to talk a little bit about what I've learned about him and his background and my thoughts on his 3 movies so far. Nicholas Pesce is the son of an eye doctor and a fashion designer. He gave a try at acting before moving into film, where he studied film at NYC, and he directed several music videos before moving on to film. The Eyes of My Mother came out in 2016, and the synopsis is: Francisca has been unfazed by death from an early age because of her mother, formerly a surgeon in Portugal, imbued her with a thorough understanding of the human anatomy. When tragedy shatters her family's idyllic life in the countryside, her deep trauma gradually awakens some unique curiosities. As she grows up, her desire to connect with the world around her takes a distinctly dark form. The movie is currently on Netflix, and it's just a little more than an hour long. It's very stylistic. It's a sort of flat black and white with occasional deep dark black contrast. It does have that indie feel, slow and quiet movie in a lot of areas, but it is a horror movie. There are some creative shots, a few cinematic shots. The acting was pretty good, and I know that he had a prior working relationship with the actress, the main actress from a previous project. I think it was a pretty interesting first film for him, going to Sundance. I'm pretty sure that was super exciting and a good way to start off his directorial debut and his writing debut to the world. Piercing came out in 2018, and it's about, after kissing his wife and baby goodbye for a seemingly normal business trip, Reed checks himself into a hotel room to accomplish something he's always dreamed of: the perfect murder. As soon as his sinister plan unfolds, he soon realizes he might be in over his head with a mysterious, unhinged girl named Jackie. Of the 3 movies that I have seen from this director, Piercing is definitely my favorite. It is an adaptation from a book, and from what I grasp, apparently readers believe that he captured the book pretty well, but still putting his own creative spin on it. It's a gorgeous looking film. It has that film look. He chose the 2 main actors. For the most part, there's 3 small settings of the movie, but there's a very good use of space. It goes a little weird towards the end, but it's a good mix of comedy, but not slapstick, and a good bit of gore, and not your normal type of horror movie. Not a super thriller either, but the tension that it needs is there for sure. On to The Final Frontier, The Grudge. 2020, a detective investigates a murder scene that has a connection to a case that her new partner handled in the past. The killings occurred in a haunted house that passes on a ghostly curse to those who dare enter it. Soon the curse spreads to a terminally ill woman and her husband, and another unsuspecting couple who were in the wrong place at the wrong time. Nicholas Pesce is actually a huge fan of the Grudge franchise, and the movie draws inspiration not only from the American movies, but the Asian movies, the novel, the manga, and even the video game, where he took a scene from the game and put it directly in the movie. He wanted to make a movie that wasn't a direct copy of the other one, but it would still be able to be understood by people who had never seen any of the Grudge movies, but also have some little treats for people who were super fans of all the other movies. This is also supposed to be the scariest and the most gruesome of all the movies. It's it's been a really long time since I've seen the two American Grudge movies. I have not seen the originals, but I'm not sure if it was scarier, maybe more gruesome technically. I know that he believes that he wanted to focus on the characters in the movie because the real life situations are scarier than just a ghost story, which I understand that perspective, especially coming from a storyteller coming from the indie and film festival Sundance world. However, he did fail to make me care about the characters. I know I saw the movie over a week ago, but I actually can't even remember anyone's name, character name in the movie. Though I must say, the acting was okay. Specifically, I was a fan of Lin Shaye's. I was also looking forward to John Cho's acting in the movie. Me and my friend thought it would definitely be more of a winner having those two in it. But the movie was slow and not very interesting. My friend fell asleep twice, snoring audibly. I could tell the movie was going for a certain aesthetic. I also didn't actually enjoy it or think that it added to the meaning or the tone of the movie. The lack of the chronological elements made it confusing with the canon of The Grudge, and maybe it's deeper than what I know. It made me feel like maybe I don't understand how The Grudge works, since based on the timeline of the movie, the US version of the movie that is going on in Asia from 2006 was also taking place at the same time while this movie was. So is The Grudge a curse or a ghost or a spirit, or it can travel and be split? How did it move from Asia to America and still be taking place in two different households at the same time? There were a lot of actions I didn't understand. If you would like a thorough review that I enjoyed, Sarah from Possessed by Horror did a fantastic review on the movie. So yeah, I understood that he was trying to not make a direct copy and make this his own, but perhaps the Hollywood film bubble and the indie didn't mix well in this case, like it has done a little more successfully in my opinion with movies such as It Follows or Midsummer, Hereditary, and the likes. But overall, I still do think this director has more to show us, and I would like to see where he goes from here, especially if he does get to work on any more major Hollywood movies, or if he's going to go back to more traditional. I hope he does stay within the horror genre and perfect his craft there, because he does have a unique voice. I just don't think it was well relayed in this movie.